Hey guys, Greg Riley here again. I thought I'd do a talk tonight on what's wrong with psychic readings. And I used to have stand-up arguments with people time and time again because they kept saying, I'm not coming for a counselling session, I'm not coming for a counselling session, but sometimes you just need to. And I see a lot of problems with psychic readings. I've done thousands and thousands of them, like so many of them. And there's a very, very common theme through stuff, and I'll tell you now why most of them go wrong. Okay, so we use the example here of, which I used to give a bit. Let's call this person Sam, right? Sam wants to come to me for a reading. Sam's coming for a number of reasons. One, there might be something wrong with what's going on. She might be wanting some confidence about what's going to happen in the future. She wants to know she's going to be okay, all that kind of stuff, right? So people who go for psychic readings want to know primarily, am I going to be okay? Am I going to be safe? Is it going to work out for me? And that's okay, but there's problems with psychics. See, what most psychics will do is they want to make you feel good, which is not necessarily what you need. So a psychic will sit here and go, and this is just an example, right? Sam is single and she wants to meet her soulmate, which is a very common thing people come for readings for. So a psychic will go, over in October, Sam, you're going to meet Dave, and Dave's going to be your soulmate, and he's going to sweep you off your feet. He's going to be everything you have. You're going to have 2 kids named Barry and Michelle, and blue eyes, brown hair, and they're going to have this personality. And to Sam, that feels great. Let's go, oh, finally, oh, relax. I'm going to meet somebody who's going to love me and all that kind of stuff. But there is a problem with that, because this psychic here, the problem with psychics is they don't understand human psychology at all. So Sam thinks she's talking to, some divine being here that's giving her some insight into, her future. And what psychics don't understand, like I said before, is this human behavior part. Because, and I'll give you, and this is why this example is really important, is because Sam here has 3 previous relationships. Last one cheated on her. The previous one abused her. The other one behind that just didn't connect with her. Sam's also got, her dad left at 15. So she's got abandonment issues, trust issues, commitment issues, intimacy issues, self-worth issues, self-love issues, right? And unless you deal with all that stuff, this is crap. Absolutely worthless. And psychics they don't understand this. Because, and this is where, like, I was so good at what I did, is because I understood this. And I could say to Sam, this psychic that told you you're going to meet Dave in October, not going to happen. And nor should it happen, because if you do meet someone in this state here, you're going to get the person who abuses you. You're going to get the person who abandons you, because Sam here has no self-worth, no self-love. So what she's trying to do is get someone to love her to make herself feel good, make herself feel better, which no high-value person is going to do that or be in a relationship with you in that state. So and it's once you get it and understand it, you realize that the whole psychic reading part is just useless, because they're sowing up a garden path here by trying to make you feel good and tell you that you've got this soulmate out there, when the reality is that you're so broken that what you need to do first is fix all this stuff up. And then when you do that and you do some self-work and self-development, then you can start to, okay, who do I want to meet? What am I bringing to the table? Because right now, Sam's bringing nothing to the table but trauma. And it's just going to repeat. She's going to keep attracting the same person over and over and over again. What's going to happen is she's going to have a abyss. She's going to go further backwards, because this stuff's going to keep telling her that she's worthless. And she's going to go, well, what's wrong with me? Well, love, you're actually creating this because you're not understanding about, how you work. So here, any good psychic, anyone worth their salt, will say, don't even bother looking for a soulmate. Find your own soulmate. Work on this stuff. Resolve this stuff. Evolve beyond that. Because that's where true love lies, because you can't get love from somebody else. You can only get love from yourself. And if you put that expectation on the relationship, it's a disaster waiting to happen. So this is where a lot of psychics work. They don't even understand this part of human psychology. They just think they're speaking to some Palladian channel guide or something like that who says that you don't have to work on yourself, and all of a sudden they're going to sweep you off your feet and come into your life and make your life feel all better without you doing any work on yourself whatsoever. And that's not how it works. And again, that's why I was so good at what I did, is because I go into this place and I help people create a future. I help them break free from what happened from the past and help them evolve into a really complete, fulfilled, loving, caring person that they can then meet this person at that level, because you both deserve it. But while you've still got that, while Sam's still got that, nothing's ever going to work. No psychic reading is going to make you... It's why they all fail, is because no one understands that. And if anyone is in this state, if you are in this state where you've got all this stuff, I get it. Going to see a psychic to make you feel good is okay. But unless you do the work on yourself and help release this stuff, then they're not of not much use. And sometimes, depending on how bad the psychic is, they can send you even further down the garden path. Like you got curses or hexes on you or something like that, or some past life, whatever you need to release, right? This is so important, and that's what I help people to understand, is that if you work on that and you release that, then the world opens up to you, that life is just this place of magic, and it's a very powerful place to be in. So just be aware that when you are looking at the place of seeing somebody of an intuitive nature, just be really wary of yourself. Take accountability for it, that if you are going into this state and you have all this stuff, really it's on you, that you need to be honest with yourself and say, well, I need to work on myself first before I expect someone to love me. So that's just my little, I suppose, segment or teaching, insight into why a lot of psychic readings don't work, is because most of them don't even understand how humans work. And without that, most of the stuff is being made up. So understand that, and you unlock the secrets to the universe. So I'll see you next time.